Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle Oybay from CZT Antonine Kovar. Now, when I first saw the name, I was thinking like Oybay, but no, it stands for oyster and bay. And if you want the whole story, go into the description section and for more inspiration, click on that link. Not only so you can get the rest of the story, but so you can see the step outs and other artwork using this tangle from Antonine. All right, this starts off with a curvy line. And this one, she called it a roller coaster ride. And so this one for sure, we want to kind of go up high, a grand wavy line, we could call it. All right. And this is great for a border, basically, however you want to use it, but great for doing a border. All right, so once you have this wherever you want it, then we're going to do kind of like an S shape, but coming from this bottom here. And so I'm going to kind of follow, almost like coming out of this line, and then merging up into the top there. And then we're going to do it again. And just kind of working down this line. This kind of got a little bit. There we go. Let's do it. I must have had my pen at an interesting angle. And okay. And then we're going to do it again. And we'll do that like about 4 times. And then we'll do it on this side as well. I want to make sure that you can see the pen tip. Good. I've been playing with my camera adjustment so that way it's easier to see, and then also it doesn't completely, warp the warp the look. Okay, so we have that. Then I'm going to put a nice big old orb right here. Just kind of fill in that space. And let's see, and then filling in that background is always nice. We'll do that quick. In one of the pictures, and for this, you can kind of, simulate a line that's coming through here and then fill it in. And of course, this is completely up to you as well, because if you go look at the artwork on Antonine's blog, there's I think there's one picture where it's actually, this is kind of done upside down, and there's no line, and it looks really, really neat. So so take a peek at that, because that way it is meant as the as I title it, for more inspiration, because we have the step outs and stuff doesn't mean that we can't have fun with this. All right, so once these are filled in, it just makes that orb pop. And then if you need to adjust a little bit, you can. Then we'll do some rounding. So coming from this, so that first line that we made, let me look here. We're gonna, if you're looking at it this way, I'm calling it underneath this line. So we drew the line, or to the right of it, I guess you could say. And we can make this maybe more of a long rounding. So as you can see, I just put in, well, barely see because it is kind of small. I just put in a little curve here, and I'm going to fill it in. And same thing here. And rounding is a neat technique. And it's as it is described. It's just rounding off. So instead of having, this edge, we're going to just round it off. But this one kind of, when I was looking at her work, it was looking to me like, to elongate that just a little bit. But that is another, up to you kind of thing. it is nice to have it merge into the line. So that's why sometimes I kind of will bring it in, and so it's a little bit thicker, tapering into the original line. But isn't that neat? A neat effect that it has. Okay, let's see. Then, oh, actually, oh, well, I skipped ahead in the step outs, but because actually I was kind of debating. I separated some of her steps into individual steps, and based on the samples that she has on her blog, couple things. One is, you don't necessarily have to fill in like this section, or even fill in any of it. And you'll see what I mean when you take a look at it, because like I said, it was kind of upside down, and it was just so neat looking. The other thing is that in the step out she has this, so we'll go ahead and do it, but knowing that you can always do something different if you're moved to do something different. So she has putting a straight line in, and it looked like it was just a little bit below, so you kind of have the top peeking out a little bit, which is neat. And then just filling in with more straight lines. And this, I'm going rather light, and here and there I'm leaving a little gap, as you can see. I could probably go a little bit darker, but I kind of like the look of the really thin lines, and just kind of like tickling the paper, the tile with the pen, and just letting it kind of bounce along the texture that's there. And I'm continuing the line. This is test number one. Oh, let's see how good I can do with the hollabow technique. I'm not really focusing on making sure that they're straight lines, but I have more of a chance that it looks continuous if I'm doing it this way versus just doing this section, then just doing this section and stuff. So, but that's of course up to you. And I'm making them kind of far apart too, which I know on my step out they were a lot thinner. And adding the little space is just kind of fun. We call it the sparkle, but because this one I'm doing it in different places, to me it just makes it look weathered. And then two, having your pen just kind of bouncing along the surface, and I call it bouncing. It's very like microscopic bouncing, but just having it be real light also makes it so it doesn't matter how straight my lines are. It's just adding a texture behind that. And let's see, that is essentially it. And then you could, of course, if you wanted to add some shading, number one, because this is supposed to be a pearl, we can make it look more like one if we want to. And I'm just putting some graphite heavier on one side than the other, and then just kind of swinging the graphite around on the other side. And then let's see. And this is supposed to look like like the shell, but I kind of like the idea of, let's push this background back and then make these the little shells pop out. And I think there was one of her samples where she did this part way and then did something different, along. So like as if this was kind of like a wallpaper border type of thing, and it looked really, really neat. Oh, that looks neat. You did kind of go over a little bit, but sometimes it's also nice where the lines converge. You can bring that out a little bit. Oh, and why not? I'm just going to lightly, and I'm just using what's left on the tortillon. I'm just going to spread this out here because I was seeing a bit of a line. There is a line for sure. Oh, gosh, that's just all of a sudden coming to life. This never gets old. The magic of shading. Oh, I think that's. I do have a shading class that I do, and I think I'm going to change the name of it to The Magic of Shading because it is just magical. And then, let's see, make sure that this. Yeah. To add little white. Yeah. So now they for sure look like pearls. What a neat tangle. Really, really neat. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, would love, as I'm looking, I'm like, this needs to be spread out a little bit more. Actually, or I could do a little bit darker. Sorry, I'm interrupting myself. Don't you love it when I do that? It's like, oh, I'm so rude to myself. Well, while I'm saying the little ending parts, I'm going to just go a little bit darker because that adds a little bit more dramaticness to this and stuff. So anyway, if you enjoyed the video, and I hope you did, I hope you do. I hope you watch some of my other ones. Actually, I hope that you're a subscriber to the channel, and if you're not, would love to have you be a subscriber. Also, in the description section are look at that, are ways to connect with me. So if you enjoy my videos and you maybe want to take an online class, I have a number of them. I do them weekly, mostly free. I have some that are paid because I have to keep the lights on. So would love to have you join in sometime. Again, information is on my website and in the various places that you can connect with me. Facebook and stuff. So with that, again, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.